What do you do for a living? What about kids? What about plans? Are you staying in Chicago? You're gonna have to swoop me up and take me out to Houston. If that's what I have to do, let me pack my bag. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What everything? Just give it to me.
After last season, I'm trying really not to have my hopes up high for anyone probably having a successful marriage at this rate, because last season was the dumpster fire. But I don't know. I don't quite understand Carla and Juan, why they're in the experiment, because I feel like they are people that could have easily found partners in the real world, unless there's something there that we're not sure of. I can't wait to find out what that is. Ikechi and Emma. I think Emma needs to tone it down a bit. I think she's too excited about getting married, and I think she needs to tone it down, that way she doesn't put off this man. And then Madison and Alan, yeah, they were cute. I don't know whether they'll make an ideal match. I'm still struggling to pinpoint who Alan reminds me of. But anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, share, and definitely subscribe. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 18, Episode 2. So we continue with Madison and Alan's wedding. Normally, when a bride walks down the aisle, I get excited, especially when the groom seems ecstatic to see his bride. But something about Alan was a bit off. I don't know whether it was his beard that looked like it was painted on, or something about him. I felt like he was he seemed excited because, he was blushing, but still, it seemed like he was trying too hard to sort of give us the reaction that he felt we wanted to see from him. And it's like, that's not it. Just be genuine, just be yourself, and people will see, that you like her. Yeah, he said he didn't expect her to be that beautiful. She seemed excited with the guy that she got at the end of the altar, so I'm happy for the two of them. It seemed they're aligned on things like travel, because they've been to Germany together. Well, not together, but they've been to Germany the same year. So last year they were both in Germany, but they didn't get to meet. They both are passionate about their jobs. The fact that her family had to say her lowest grade was an A- was, well, it's a humble brag. It's a humble brag to say she's quite intelligent. I am concerned about her age, though. Is she mature enough for this process, or will she be able to cope? He seemed on board with it. Their vows were sweet. I love their vows. Their vows were sweet. Obviously, the banana made an appearance at the altar. For what reason? I think it's an inside joke. The two of them will understand it better. And then they got to sort of go for a drink, because normally after they're married, they have a drink where they just have the brief conversation of, okay, so who are you? What do you do? What do you like? And so Madison asked him, why did you enter the process? And he says, he's tried everything else and this is his only solution. And they spoke about, their jobs, and it seems they're both in IT sales, sort of implementing new programs or software, I think they said. So they were both surprised to know that they both do more or less the same job, but, well, they're in the same field, not the same job. And what do I think? I hope they were honest, because last season we had people lie to be matched and sort of asked for things that they were not looking for and explained themselves in a different way. And then when they got what they asked for, they complained bitterly that this is not what I wanted. So I hope, as much as they've been matched to the people, they seem happy with their match. And I hope they're going to be genuinely in the process to sort of find their right person. The next wedding is Carla and Juan. They're both in their 30s. Carla is Mexican, Juan is Colombian. And so, it's a bit difficult to read, because they're very good looking people. So I don't understand why they're in the experiment. No offense to anyone who's entered the experiment. I'm not saying that people that enter the experiment are not good looking. Well, her dad didn't want to be on camera, it seems, and her mum sort of sent a letter because she was supportive of the dad. And she's one of those, earthy people. She's into yoga. I think she said she's got her own Pilates or yoga. I think she said she's a teacher. So she's got a couple of businesses. And then she's also into this, everything happens for a reason. She's in tune with the universe. She's one of them people. And for me, it's a bit... side eye. I don't know. I don't understand that, because when she walked down the aisle and met Juan, one of her first words was, "So are you in love?" And it's like, that's a bit too much. Juan, on his part, had his mom and dad supporting him and his siblings. he then got to the altar and started saying, "Oh, I'm very emotional." He started tearing up. "I'm very in tune with my emotions." And it's like, why are people going over the top? Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Just stand there, wait for your bride, see your bride, say your vows, walk down the aisle, and your husband and wife. Their vows were cute. The fact that they were both excited that, they're marrying people with multiple streams of income, people who are adventurous, and people who are very ambitious. That they liked. That they liked about one another. I like the fact that most people, once they've said the vows and they sit down, next thing they do is they drink, champagne, and off they go. But they actually sat down and had a conversation about themselves, sort of trying to find out, what do you do for a living, what about your family, where are you from, where have you traveled to. I don't think he's traveled as much as he made out, Juan, because he was asked, which is the place that you've traveled to that you liked the most, and he sort of said, "Oh, I'm going to be, biased and just say Colombian." It's like, okay, I guess it's a nice place, but what other places do you like? He should have mentioned a couple of places, given the fact that he gave this impression that he's this well-rounded and well-traveled young man. Her dad is in construction. He owns his own company. Juan says he's got a tech startup and he's also into construction. He's a subcontractor. So they seem like very ambitious people. They seem like people who are settled in their careers and people who like to sort of have fun during the weekend. And I hope they actually work out. I really want a couple of successful marriages after last season, because I would be very disappointed. So next up is Ikechi and Emma. What do I think? I think they make a cute couple. I think Emma might be a bit too much, though. I don't know whether it's the excitement of the fact that she's getting married or whether that's just her. She's always on 10 every day. But I think she needs to settle in a bit more, because otherwise it might become a bit overwhelming. So she's a nurse practitioner. I remember last week I said she was in healthcare, but I didn't know what it was. She's a nurse practitioner. Her mom is Nigerian. Well, she's of Nigerian descent. And it seems her mom agrees with arranged marriages, but doesn't want it on camera. So her mom didn't attend. Her dad is late. And her friends were really there to support her. They bought her nice gifts. One of her friends actually went and spoke to her mom the day before the wedding, just to make sure that the mom was on board. And the mom sent a message to say she's there in spirit, but she just can't be on camera. She this is not something that she believes in, which I understand a lot of parents' hesitation because of the edits that they get at times. It's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the negative publicity that you get afterwards. So I get why most parents would say no to appearing on camera. You have Ikechi, his mom comes with him. He grew up in a single parent household and he had his friends. What I liked was, for his age, for 41, all his friends are married. So all his friends are married. They were his groomsmen and they were there to really support him. And he was asking for advice in regards when he wrote Emma a letter. And then he was sort of asking them and sort of saying, I've watched you over the years in your marriages and I've taken a couple of things from you. So those are the things that I plan on bringing into my marriage when I do get married. And so it was cute. It was really cute. They gave each other gifts and she gave him a whiskey. I don't know what it's called, a canister, whatever it is. He gave her a little present, but we didn't get to see what it was because they didn't open it. And I really wanted Emma to open it so that we could see what it was. Their vows were short and sweet. I still think she needs to settle in a bit more. I think she's too overexcited at the moment, and that could be a bit overwhelming. They were married by his godfather, which was cute. His mom walked him down the aisle, and they make a good couple. They really do make a good couple. They seemed very happy with what they saw at the end of the aisle. I have hope for them. I have hope, and I really hope they actually seize this moment and focus on why they entered the experiment. Obviously, the editing didn't do them any justice, because you had Emma sort of saying after the wedding, I'm ready for anything if you want to go with me to Houston, if you want to. And it's like, how does she know about Houston? What's going on? How does she know? And then later you have the clip of him saying, "Oh, I've tried to audition for the Houston one and I didn't get matched. And then this time my boss has asked me to try again and now I've got my match." And they're sort of joking, and it's like the edit is not doing them any service. They need to just give it to us as it presents, and not because they're really after this narrative. I think they'll make a good couple. I think they complement each other very well in the sense that they both are civil servants. Well, I assume she's a civil servant. So they are both in the business of looking after others. And he says he asked for someone who looks after other people because they are more caring. So I hope they are compatible and I hope they actually make it work. Oh, Camille and Thomas. Oh, Camille and Thomas, I love them. They got married last week. So we get to see them actually sit down and have a conversation and sort of find out more about their partner. And I like how you can tell they're attracted to their partner. You can tell there's this little shyness, this little giddiness that they have that it's so cute to watch. Obviously, he's a twin. He tells her, I'm a twin and my brother's married to a twin. And she has twin siblings as well. He tells her about, his birth mom and his adopted mom and sort of that setup, and which is cute, which is really cute. I like how easy their conversation was going, and I like how shy they were. You'd catch them sort of glancing at each other and then they would quickly look away. I don't know whether it's because they're really sort of they're feeling each other. You can see that there's instant chemistry, there's this instant shyness. You'd be hard pressed to say that they've just met. I think the only thing that would make you believe they've just met is the fact that they're not overly sort of PDA, but you can see in the shyness and in the smiles that they really like what they see. I like the fact that Thomas actually complimented his bride and said, she's very good looking. They both say they're ready for marriage, and I'm really hoping for a high success rate this season because we can't be having, similar to season. So I like their cuteness, I like the shyness, I like the fact that you can see that Camille is now settled down because she was very anxious at first. She wanted to run away, but now that she's met her groom, she's at peace and she's very happy. And she hasn't even brought up the fact that, I was very nervous or whatever, which is good, which is a very good sign. So the last couple to get married is Michelle and David. David, it's his birthday. Apparently his dad got married on his birthday. His brother got married on his birthday. So his dad and mom have been married, I think he said 32 or 36 years, and his brother's been married for 6 years. So he's hoping that him getting married on his birthday is a sign that, his marriage is going to last. He's getting married to Michelle, who's 38. And for me, I'm trying to see why they've been matched outside of the obvious. Obviously, he said he likes women with blonde hair and blue eyes, so that I can see. I don't know what else he asked for. So I can't wait to see what they're aligned on. Obviously, his brother gave him a book with sort of things that you need to know about dating a woman or things that you need to know in a relationship to increase the chances of success. That was cute. You had his mom and dad come and see him and sort of have a conversation with him, and they were happy for him that he's getting married. They were excited that this is something that is wanted, and they were there to support him. With Michelle, she had her family as well there to support her, which was cute because obviously some of the parents have not turned up because they don't want to be caught on camera, because most times you don't get a positive edit. So David was concerned, obviously, that he lives in his parents' basement, and he was worried whether his wife would judge him for that. And I get where the concern is coming from. Because anyone would be concerned. If he's going to live in his parents' basement, then he should have something. I would assume he's got a property that is leasing out as Airbnb, or he's renting he's brought a property that he's renting out to people at 36. I wouldn't assume that he's just living at his parents' house. As he says, he's got 2 jobs. He must be doing something. This is a point of concern for him because he's brought it up several times that he hope he doesn't get judged for living in his parents' basement. And it's like, if you live in the basement and you're doing something tangible with yourself, then fine. But if you're just living in the basement and just, squandering your money away, then there is a concern. It was cute. They're cute as a couple, but I don't know. I'm struggling to see, outside of the obvious, why they've been matched or why they're, the experts thought they would make an ideal couple. Sadly, I didn't watch the matchmaking episode, so I don't know what their rationale was. Anyway, I can't wait to see what happens with that. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 1. Bye, guys.